Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weishuttle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weishuttle. Doug, busy world of sports this week.
Lots of interesting things happening, good developments in terms of the sports betting industry. A lot of other things happen, esports industry. We got a whole bunch of updates to get to, especially, want to, jump right into all this stuff. We got a great interview coming up as well.
Absolutely. I'm going to be talking with Lynn Gilmartin from the World Poker Tour, and she's involved in something amazing. She's involved with Tiger's Poker Night, presented by the World Poker Tour and hosted by Tiger Woods. And that's being held May 24th at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. So
don't forget, Masters champion.
Yes, 2019 Masters champion. I don't know if you saw this, and I don't know if we have a story on the rundown. The guy betting, guy doing another bet on Tiger.
Yeah, I know. That was in. We can talk about it right now. As a matter of fact,
no. Let's get into the the rundown. And it's been a busy week, and let's take a ride on the Turnpike. And today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
Well, since you teased it.
I teased it, yep.
Might as well talk about it. We have a brand new bet by the same bettor on Tiger Woods. He has a lot of faith in this guy, James Aducci.
From Wisconsin, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, no.
That's correct.
Well, initially he bet that Tiger would win the 2019 Masters. Would he put $85,000 on it?
That's correct.
And it netted him, was it 1.2?
That's right.
Okay, now he's back at it again.
Yeah, he did a bet of how much was it?
It was $100,000 that Tiger would win the Grand Slam, which is the bunch of different. It's more than one golf tournament.
It's the three majors.
Yeah. So
he's already won one. He may be able to get the next two. But,
maybe. Yeah. We'll see. But that's really a long shot. But if his $100,000 bet, if that pays off,
it's a $10 million payout.
$10 million.
Boy, after he won that Masters bet, I didn't know if he was going to continue doing what he's doing. Well, look, but he's continuing.
He's playing with house money. So
yeah, might as well just keep going.
Might as well try it out.
Well, good luck to him.
Good luck.
Going to Tiger Woods to the TV side, we had a couple new TV deals announced.
Yeah, lots of TV deals. Now betting is becoming more fashionable and more mainstream. So
you knew this was going to happen.
Sure.
Everyone predicted this.
Sure.
So we'll start with Fox. Fox Sports and the Stars Group have entered into a 25-year partnership to create what they're calling Fox Bet.
Okay.
I find it really interesting that the Stars Group is going all in on this because they dumped BetStars, and they're going with Fox Bet.
Okay.
Everything they had that was BetStars, which was their sports betting platform, is now going to be Fox Bet. What they're doing is they're going to initially create a free-to-play game for the entire country.
Sure.
Basically a sports betting game that has...
What do they call it? Predictive
gaming.
Predictive
sort of stuff.
gaming? I hate that word. Predictive
Well,
gaming.
You know what? It's free to play.
Free to play.
I like saying it that way. Free to play. And for states that do have legalized sports betting, they're going to have a real money wagering platform. So I'm assuming the free-to-play game is just going to be like the social version of their real money platform. And whatever states start having sports betting, mobile sports betting, online sports betting, they're going to be ready to launch in all those states when it happens.
So, I'm surprised they're waiting for. Well, fall's not that far away. A couple of months.
Football.
Yeah, well, they're going to. But I'm surprised they're not having a soft opening kind of for baseball.
Football is king.
Like July or August to
Well,
get all the kinks out of it.
They'll probably have a soft opening for exhibition season, preseason for football.
I'm not betting on preseason football.
Well, hey. The two interesting things here. Fox Sports, at the 10-year anniversary of this deal, will have the right to acquire 50% equity of all of the Stars Group's U.S. operations.
Yeah, by then, probably all the states are going to have sports betting, I would think.
Well, I'm just saying they're going to own half the company in the United States.
Sure.
So they're going from a small percentage to to half ownership of everything the Stars Group does in the United States. So that's going to be all their platforms, too. Mm-hmm. It's not just sports betting. The other thing I thought was more interesting, I haven't seen too much about this. We all know FanDuel started with the broadcasting of low-level games for their betting platform.
Well, let's tell people about that. For example, I'll tell you, I'm sitting in New Jersey, and I'm part of the FanDuel mobile app, and they're starting and they're starting to stream games. Soccer games, tennis
and German soccer.
And you can bet on them while they're playing. They're streaming live on the platform.
And one of the reasons why they're doing these types of games is because they can't acquire the media rights that are with the major sports in the United States. I think this may change the playing field here.
The Fox Sports deal might change because Fox Sports has the media rights. And I'm curious to see if these games are going to be streaming on their, what's it called, Fox Bet now?
Fox Bet. I think this is probably going to be the way all this is going to go.
It makes sense because the big thing now is in-game betting.
Yeah.
So
live in-game betting.
Live in-game betting, and that's a big thing, and I think their Fox Sports is set up perfectly for it.
Let's see what CBS and NBC do after this.
Ooh, yeah, I know. I mean, or ESPN or something like
CBS
that. Let's see what happens.
Fox is one league for football. CBS is another. NBC also has Sunday night games.
Yeah, they have to do something.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to start seeing this happen with some of these other partnerships. You got all those other different sports books out there. The other side of the coin is Vegas Stats and Information Network, VSiN.
So that's I want to be correct when I pronounce this. I don't say out the whole VSIN. It's VSiN.
I say VSiN. You can say VSIN.
I think they say VSiN too because I listen to them all the time. I watch them and I hear two ways, VSiN and VSIN.
Well, however you say it, Brent Musburger's outfit. How's that? Is that easier to say?
It's very good, a lot of information. It's like one of those things you have to listen to. They started doing broadcasts on the East Coast before football.
Right.
And that was great.
That came listened from the Ocean Casino.
Yeah, I listen to it all the time before because, information is great. If you're in a betting state or if you're interested in sports betting, you crave that information, and that's one of those great groups that really give you a lot of information.
Well, what they're doing, they have partnered with Anthem Sports and Entertainment. Anthem was the creator, founder of what was called the Fantasy Network, FNTSY.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Very good network, by the way.
It's very good.
Digital network. What they have done, Anthem has changed the name to Game Plus. And VSiN and Anthem are going to be broadcasting the VSiN sports betting show, A Numbers Game, every weekday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, wherever it is on your coast, you can find it. It's going to be in the United States and Canada. It's the first international deal of its kind. Great.
I mean, will this... I don't know where they're going to be broadcast. Is this like on a basic cable kind of thing, or is this DirecTV? Is it... I think I saw something on my, what do you call it, over-the-top?
OTT.
The Roku or the...
well, you'll see it on smart TVs.
Amazon Fire thing?
I think they also have something in place with one of the satellite networks, Dish or whatever the other one is. But you'll be able to find Game Plus pretty much anywhere you want to watch it.
Great.
You can always subscribe to it online, too.
Yep.
Indiana passed sports betting. Finally.
Congratulations, Indiana.
Yes, they are the 10th state, second one in this year to do it, but they're the 10th state.
I got to tell you, that's the second state this year, like you said. Montana was the first.
Right.
Indiana is the second. Two states, I was thinking Indiana probably. Montana came out of the blue, but I'm like waiting for the other states. I'm waiting for Illinois. I'm waiting for Connecticut. I'm waiting for these big sports casino states.
I'm waiting for two big states, Ohio and Florida. I want to see when they happen. I don't think Florida's going to happen anytime soon.
Probably not.
California may never happen.
I don't know.
Ohio looks like it may be moving forward, but
New York is moving at a snail's pace.
Tennessee may come in with their mobile betting bill.
Alabama, someone said Alabama. I don't know. Who knows?
There's plenty of states coming down the road. Let's see how fast
they move. Can you bet on the next state to have sports betting? Is that a possible? Do sportsbook have odds on different states offering sports betting?
I'm sure the overseas books are.
Oh yeah,
the offshore books are probably cashing in on some of this.
I'm thinking Illinois. If I find a sports book that has odds on which state will enact sports betting, I'm thinking Illinois. I'd put money on Illinois.
We'll see who the next one is. But Indiana will not be allowing wagering on esports or amateur athletes under the age of 18.
Okay.
So that's a little interesting wrinkle for that. No, there's going to be limits on in-play betting, and restrictions on where your data is coming from is going to be left to the discretion of the Gaming Commission right now. They haven't promulgated some of these rules and regulations yet.
Okay, so we're still in the infancy stages. So even though they made it legal, I mean, can people bet now in Indiana or not yet? I mean, they still have to work out the dot the I's and cross the T's,
something like that, if you want to call it that. And last but not least, Atlantic City's in the news again with 2 new sports books coming.
Yeah, I can't wait.
One may be coming at the end of this week, as a matter of fact. Mid-May is the...
Sure, that one's Harrah's in the marina. Not on the boardwalk, but in the marina.
Harrah's Atlantic City. It's going to be next to their poker room.
Okay.
3,800 square feet. It's going to have 2 fan caves, which, is all the rage.
That's a big thing nowadays. I guess it's for private parties and things like that. I think people like that.
Seating up to 10 people in each of the fan caves.
Okay.
But the big news is what's going on with Bally's Wild West.
Which is on the boardwalk.
On the boardwalk, and it's actually centrally located on the boardwalk, too. It's between everything.
I have a special feeling for Bally's. That's where I saw my beloved Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl. So I'll always go to Bally's.
Bally's is always a fun place. It's going to be even better now. They're going to have what they're claiming will be the biggest or largest sports book in Atlantic City.
Right now the largest sports book
is Ocean
Casino, and Bally's is going to double the size of that, which is amazing.
I still want to say Ocean Resort.
What is it called now?
It's Ocean Casino Resort.
Ocean Casino Resort instead of Ocean Resort Casino. That was the old way of saying it. They just flipped the words.
They rebranded, and now they're making money. Could the rebrand help?
Wow,
I don't know.
Who knows?
But they're going to have 5 fan caves with gaming consoles and foosball tables in the caves.
Nice.
And this is the interesting thing, and I find it fascinating that they're going to be able to do this with the DGE being Division of Gaming Enforcement being so strict with a lot of these things.
I think I know where you're going with this.
They're going to have the beer yourself beer wall.
Yeah, I know.
It's a self-service beer wall.
I'm curious to see how that works.
It seems to be working at the Link in Las Vegas for Caesars.
Okay, well, how do you pay for it, or is it free beer? Is it because they give you free drinks if you're gambling? So does this mean if you are they going to do it like Borgata, when you place a bet they give you a drink ticket?
They may do all of that stuff.
I hope so.
But the situation is it's self-service, not self-paying. You're going to have a cashier there.
There has to be, I guess so. I guess it's going to be like a cafeteria kind of thing? Or are they going to have to...
Bring up your tray.
Bring up your tray of beer?
Yeah, basically. So, but
I can't wait to try it.
It exists in Vegas. It's doing well there. It's at the Link. They have 20-something beers on tap there. This one will only be 16.
Only 16.
Only
That's
16.
Crazy.
Only 16 craft beers on tap. So if you love craft beer, that may be the place to hang out in Atlantic City coming soon. That's in mid-June.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Exit 2.
Going over to the esports industry. We had 2 interesting things happen over the last week here. Houston was home to the first ever collegiate esports championship this past weekend.
Really, first ever?
First ever.
I mean, we've had a lot of people on for esports regarding
collegiate.
Well, there was a guy coming on for collegiate.
There was never anything like this.
Not a championship, huh?
Put on by ESPN.
Wow. Okay. That's big.
Yeah, it was 22 qualifying teams from 20 different schools and universities around Canada and the United States. Video games being played were Overwatch, Street Fighter V, Arcade Edition. I guess there's a distinction there. I don't know too much about Street Fighter. Hearthstone, StarCraft 2, Heroes of the Storm. And the matches were played this past weekend, May 10th to the 12th, at the George R. Brown Convention Center, which was in downtown Houston.
Wow.
They did it in conjunction with the city's annual Comic Palooza. So they had a lot of sci-fi and fantasy people there. Which
I guess there'd be a lot of overlap.
There might be
overlap with that, or for their fans.
Yep,
yeah.
And they had people from Star Trek, Game of Thrones there, all that
great.
stuff. So that was smart to do it that way. Teams, the schools were ranged from UNLV, UC Berkeley. There were a lot of technical schools. Mm-hmm. Rutgers and NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology, had two teams each in this.
So, since they both have 2 teams each, are these officially represented by the colleges? Are they officially sanctioned by the colleges, or are they? Oh,
they're the official teams of the colleges. They may play different games.
Oh, okay. So one team played one game. I thought you meant 2 teams from Rutgers were playing the same. Okay, no. I see what you're talking. Okay,
and also, which was interesting, no Texas schools made the championships.
Oh, so this was like a bracket thing.
Yeah.
You move on, huh?
Exactly. This has been going on all year to this final weekend championship.
Oh, Texas got to step it up, man, because they were in Houston doing it.
Yeah, and they have one of the brand new esports arenas being built.
Yeah, no, esports is huge in Texas. I can't believe no Texas schools made it.
And this was streamed online at twitch.tv/ESPN Esports. ESPN has their own Twitch channel.
Boy, it's all Twitch, huh?
Well, it's all streaming. So.
Okay, I'm official. I have to start watching Twitch.
And no money prizes. It was all scholarships.
Oh, good. Well, hey, that's valuable too.
Yep. The other side of the coin, we just talked collegiate. Now we're going to talk some pro esports here. KitKat now is going to be sponsoring the Overwatch League franchise in Los Angeles. KitKat's done a few things here and there in the past for esports. This is their first ever team sponsorship.
You know, you're mentioning collegiate first, then professional. Is there like this big draft? You know, I know we just went through the draft for the NBA. I'm curious if we're going to see a draft for esports in the future.
Well, just last month, the NBA 2K for their new season did a draft.
Oh, okay.
And remember, we covered the story. They had the first female drafted.
Wow. Okay.
So
that's
they
right.
do have drafts for this stuff. But KitKat is now the official candy of the Los Angeles Valiant, which is the Overwatch League franchise in Los Angeles. They're going to have the title partnership for the KitKat rivalry weekend. Boy, wow. I can't say that. Which is going to take place August 24th to 25th at LA Live, which is where the Galaxy, the soccer team, play.
Wow, that's a big arena.
Yep.
Good for KitKat.
They're going to be they're going to have branded activations, events alongside the matches that are going over there. They're going to have the KitKat Fan Fest. They're going to have events going on outside the arena. Inside the arena, they're going to have the KitKat lounges set up, and they're going to be set up for the different teams. And fans of the different teams can go into the KitKat lounges set up for your team to watch the events. I
got to tell you, you know, East Coast has to get involved more with this stuff because I'm dying to see one of these things. I'm in the East Coast. You think the big population and a lot of colleges, a lot of men and women are playing esports in the East. You know, I wish there was something big in the East so people can. I mean, a lot of them are in Texas, a lot of them are in Vegas. Where's this one? In Los Angeles?
That one will be in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But not to throw the degenerate side out in this, but when sports betting gets involved with esports, you're going to see a lot more growth, I think. More so than what you're seeing with some of these sponsors.
I want to see something in Madison Square Garden. That's what I want to see. Get me to a Madison Square Garden esports event, and I'm hitting that.
I'm just glad to see mainstream sponsors. You have Bud Light doing one. Now you have KitKat. You're going to have a whole bunch of things. The more mainstream sponsors get involved with this sport, the more it's going to grow.
Exit 3.
We're going to have more combat sports on TV soon. Now, combat sports, they're not using guns. It's wrestling, MMA, that sort of stuff. Now, remember last year we had all these huge deals going on between WWE and ESPN.
Yeah.
Or NBC, I should say. WWE, last year, their show Raw got $1.36 billion in rights fees from NBC.
Wow.
SmackDown Live got $1 billion from Fox.
Mm-hmm.
UFC did that $750 million deal with ESPN Plus.
Yep.
The Zone picked up Bellator for 9 figures, and this other MMA championship, One Championship. The terms weren't disclosed, but Turner Sports / Bleacher Report picked them up for broadcasting rights. So there was a huge glut on the market of, I guess, payment of rights fees and growth for these combat sports, and it seems to be continuing because we're going to get another one in 2019. With this new league that formed, the All Elite Wrestling League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where the hell? There's this. When I was growing up, I remember watching Georgia Championship Wrestling, which was great. I mean, is that gone now, or that was bought, or what?
Gone.
I missed that.
Well, if I remember correctly, Georgia Championship Wrestling somehow had some kind of relationship with
I don't know.
Turner started with the WCW.
Yeah,
the
maybe
World
it was
Championship
Turner.
Wrestling.
Yeah, I think it was.
So, but Turner is doing this, All Elite Wrestling. They did a TV deal. They're going to be airing this league to over 90 million households. Mm-hmm. So this league is going to take a jump in viewership. They did something with WGN last year, and they only had a couple million viewers, but that was just because they were on WGN. Now they're going to the Turner Sports Network, TNT. They're going to be all over the country. They've applied for trademarks such as Tuesday Night Dynamite.
Okay.
So you can imagine they're going to be on Tuesday nights.
I guess Tuesday night they're looking for, which is a good night for TV and in sports. It's great.
Well, see, SmackDown Live is moving from that day to Friday nights on Fox.
See, don't they call Friday night Death Valley for television?
Not for wrestling.
Really? Yeah. I mean, traditionally, if your show was on a Friday night, I mean, you didn't get the ratings it would get if it wasn't on Monday through Thursday. So I'm surprised they want to go to Friday.
Well, I think you're going to start seeing some stuff what the WCW and WWE or WWF used to do back then. They used to have these Monday Night War kind of things where they were cross-promoting their leagues. So you might start seeing some of this stuff because viewership for wrestling has gone down a bit. It's something like a 25% decrease over the last couple of years of viewership on TV. So we'll see if this one does good. I mean, supposedly it's got some big names in it. I'm not familiar with the names, I have to admit. Adam Hangman Page is one of the founders. The Young Bucks, I'm familiar with that name.
I'm not
somewhat.
familiar. No.
They're on the lesser circuits, but they are pretty prominent crew to be involved, and we'll see if Turner can actually make something of this new league with this.
Exit 4.
Okay, what do you do if you're one of the best teams in baseball and they're not drawing any crowds? You have a flash sale.
I guess so.
A $5 home ticket flash sale by the Minnesota Twins. They were not doing well in attendance, even though the team was doing extremely well in terms of their record. They have they're top of their division, and they have one of the best records in baseball right now. But they weren't drawing any crowds, so they had this idea of doing $5 tickets for the rest of the home games, and in less than 24 hours, they sold more than 20,000 tickets.
Oh, good for them.
They had to include another block of tickets after the first 24 hours. They'd add another 1,000 tickets to the deal. The first 20,000 were for the upper deck.
Well,
And
yeah, I would guess so.
You
Yeah,
still got to deal with the cold weather and everything for the Twins with the upper deck. But the other 1,000 tickets are standing room only, basically. You can get into the arena. You don't have a seat, though.
Well, you know what? I want to see around the league. I wonder if this is a big problem around the league. I mean, the Twins are a very good team this year. They're just not packing them in. And, I wonder if Major League Baseball has to take a closer look. I mean, they're handling it in-house right now, but maybe Major League Baseball should take a look at what the hell's going on. I mean, and check out the other teams, too, to see how they're doing with regard to attendance, because they got to do something.
Well, the one thing I was thinking in terms of attendance, do you think the concession prices are having anything to do with it? You lower the ticket prices is one thing. You're still charging a lot for some of these concession stands.
Well, look, I mean, I think the Twins. I mean, I'm just going to focus on the Twins. They almost have to keep the concession prices up because they're selling $5 tickets. They got to make some money back. I'm sure they're going to have the dollar dog night sometime, like I know Philadelphia and New York does. But no, but this might be a bigger problem than just the Twins.
It might be. Well, it might be a big problem for the Twins because they already announced all new ticket packages for this year. I mean, they have 20 ticket flex plans already on sale. They have plans for 10, 20, 40 games at a shot. They even have this thing called the Twins Pass, which is, I've seen basketball teams do this. It's a monthly pass that you pay $50 for, something like that, and you get access to the stadium on game days. You can't go see the game, but all the concourses outside where the games are taking place, you have access to because you get a monthly pass.
Huh.
So they're trying everything. They still aren't getting the attendance into the ballpark, so there may be something else that they're missing, or maybe there's some kind of missing link here. But I think this is a good start, trying stuff like this. They may have to do some kind of combination of ticket price and concession prices or something. So you never know, but they're trying.
Yeah, like I said, it might be a bigger problem than just the Twins for MLB. But I just want to remind everyone that today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today, and now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
You get in touch with us. Call or text us at 609-512-5910, 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is our handle on both Facebook and Twitter. You can reach us out there. Info at turnpikesportsradio.com is our email address to get in touch with us through email as well. You can catch the show on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. Just head on over to turnpikesportsradio.com, and you'll see the link there to catch the show on TV. You can subscribe to the show through iTunes. iHeartMedia carries the show as well, Stitcher Radio, YouTube. And don't forget to order your International Bikini Team calendars for the year. Info at internationalbikiniteam.org is the ordering email for your ordering information.
I just want to remind everyone that coming up after this break, I'm going to be talking with Lynn Gill-Martin from the World Poker Tour, and she's involved in something amazing. The Tigers Poker Night, presented by World Poker Tour and hosted by 2019 Masters champion Tiger Woods. That's going to be held on May 24th at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. It's an amazing event. It's all for charity. It's such a great thing, and Lynn's going to come on, talk to us all about the World Poker Tour and Tigers Poker Night. Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports. Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from Turnpike Sports with this week's Bet Flash. Fox Sports and the Stars Group have announced a partnership to form a sports betting platform. The new entity will be called Fox Bet and will offer real money betting for states that have legal sports betting and a nationwide free-to-play game for states where betting is not legal. Fox Bet is slated to start in the fall in time for the NFL season. Indiana has become the 10th state to legalize sports betting. Last week, Governor Eric Holcomb signed the bill into law, which he hopes will spur positive economic growth in the state. Indiana is the second state this year to legalize sports betting, following Montana, which legalized sports betting earlier this year. And finally, we all remember the Wisconsin man who won $1.2 million betting on Tiger Woods to win the Masters tournament. Well, he's at it again. James Adducci placed a $100,000 bet that Woods will win the Grand Slam. If Woods does go on to win the Grand Slam, Adduci will cash a ticket worth $10 million. Talk about a long shot. From the seaside to the desert, from the betting lines to the sites online, Turnpike Sports has got you covered. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Turnpike Sports. New Jersey's sports betting market has exploded, and there's so many places to bet it can make your head spin. But PointsBet.com is the one online sportsbook you can't afford to ignore. PointsBet.com has everything a person would want in a sportsbook. Spread betting, moneyline betting, prop bets, you name it, you'll find it at PointsBet. Daily promos that can't be beat, odds boosters you won't find anywhere else, early payout promos, it's all at PointsBet.com. You can bet from anywhere in New Jersey using your mobile device. And now there's even a better reason to sign up with PointsBet.com. Go to PointsBet.com and sign up using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E, and you'll get 2 risk-free bets up to $1,000. PointsBet is the preferred sportsbook of superstars Allen Iverson and Darrelle Revis. They even have the Revis Betting Academy hosted by Darrelle Revis himself. So sign up today at PointsBet.com using our promo code PIKE and start having some real fun. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. PointsBet. Stay sharp. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
How would you like your coffee delivered right to your door every month, maybe 2 times a month? Well, now that can happen with Bean Genius. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country at beangenius.com. and Bean Genius actually learns their customers' individual taste preferences, then suggests future coffee blends for them. Well, how do they do that? Well, this is the cool thing about Bean Genius. Over at BeanGenius.com, they use an algorithm which learns the coffee flavors you like and then pairs up what you like with the coffee that they have in stock. And it's all based upon you. Every time you order, the system learns. The system learns your preferences as you go along and order more and more coffee. And now, all our listeners at Turnpike Sports can get a special offer. You head on over to BeanGenius.com/subscription, and you'll be able to get 10% off your purchase when you use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, at checkout. That's 10% off at BeanGenius.com/subscription with promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. BeanGenius.com, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day.
No way.
I'll give you 3-1 odds.
Nope.
5-1.
Nope.
10-1.
You're on.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sport. You know, I'm really excited to talk to our next guest. Fans of poker certainly know her from Poker News and, of course, the World Poker Tour, and she's also involved in something really incredible. She'll be joining Phil Hellmuth and Tiger Woods for the 8th annual Tigers Poker Night, which is presented by the World Poker Tour. Of course, I'm talking about the great Lynn Gilmartin. Lynn, thanks for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I got to tell you, Lynn, as a guy who interviews people and does a gaming news report, I'm a huge fan of yours. And like
that's so nice.
You're absolutely great. And like many people in the gambling world, I can't imagine the World Poker Tour without you. How did you get involved in the world of poker?
That is so nice of you to say. Thank you. I got involved actually when I'm from Melbourne in Australia, and I was working at the casino in Melbourne. I was fresh out of college. It was my first, proper job. I studied marketing, so I got this marketing gig at the casino, and I was working in table games, and then that's where I discovered poker. I really knew nothing about it, and then, the poker room was always full, and it was like just a younger, more energetic crowd compared to the rest of the casino, and it just was like the fun department. So I eventually moved over there, and I just loved it. And I was working there for 3 years, and that's how I met the folks at Poker News, because they would come out for our big events. And I started that was back when YouTube was kind of just new. Mm-hmm. Can you even remember a life before YouTube?
No, nothing.
YouTube was new, which is so hard to believe. And so we started a YouTube channel, and I started hosting videos and interviewing celebrities whenever they came into the room for our charity events, and that's kind of how it all began.
It's amazing. Reading your bio, you actually won in 2015 the European Poker Tour Barcelona women's event. I mean, how did you become such a great poker player? Did interviewing poker players help your game? Because let me tell you something, I interview poker players, and none of their knowledge wears off on me. So I'm amazed at how you did that.
The interviews, I'm sure there is like a passive education that happens through them, especially just because usually the interviews are based on the mentality, like how did you handle that, like how do you overcome that bad beat, or because I did so many bust-out interviews, so that probably helped me a lot with dealing with the psychological aspect of it, being around these pros all the time. I certainly don't think I have the capacity to be able to handle it the way they do still. But there's that, and my boyfriend, he's an incredible poker player. He was a professional for many years, and so he teaches me a lot over the years. And I think just spending so much time in poker rooms and watching hands go down, and then watching the World Poker Tour, and I think it was just a passive. I really learned passively, and I still am.
The World Poker Tour and its televised coverage, it has been just a huge success for so many years. Why do you think the tour and the television coverage has maintained its popularity over the years?
We really put the players first, and we really work hard to just keep adapting to what it is that the players want and what they need. And Matt Savage and Angelica Hale, they're like constantly doing research and talking to the players to see what it is that they like and they dislike about our events and the tour, and that it just shows. And we always focus on making it a good time. It's not just going in for the grind. It's not just the business end of playing poker. It's we'll always have like player parties and other activities going on, and just all of the diverse locations. So it's just a really amazing opportunity to see the world and play the game that you love.
Since you started working at the World Poker Tour, how has the sport of poker changed, especially the media coverage of poker? How has that evolved over the years?
It's becoming a lot more mainstream, which is really exciting. I think it's just becoming bigger, and it just continues to grow. And it's what the real standout change that I've noticed since I first began was so many players really consider the game. It's their sport, and they're starting to view themselves as athletes of this sport, and really respecting that it's a whole thing that they need to do, like just like an athlete, like take care of their body and meditate and look after their mental health, and not only just studying hardcore strategy, just looking at themselves as a whole. And I feel like that didn't so much exist when I first came in about 10, 12 years ago. It's really exciting now to see that there's so many players that are so health conscious.
I'm glad you brought that up, because one of the fascinating things I learned about you is that you're a certified holistic health coach. First off, what is a certified holistic health coach, and what are you doing to help steer the poker players in a more healthy lifestyle?
I really was I got so into nutrition a few years ago, or a bit more than that now. It was back in my Poker News days, and so I studied nutrition, this online course, and I thought I wanted to go down the health coaching path, but I didn't end up doing that. I just sort of studied it just for myself and for my family, and I just really wanted to learn how to nourish myself. I mean, once I discovered how important it is, how important the food that we eat is to fuel our body and to function at our best, I just became obsessed with it. So when I was studying that, I started an online channel, an online series on Poker News called Stay Stacked, and I just loved interviewing health experts about how poker players can really elevate their game with other ways, not just strategy, whether it's a quick 5-minute yoga session in their hotel room before going down to the casino, or what snacks to pack in their bag, like blueberries and almonds and stuff, rather than just reaching for the bag of crisps that's at the casino. It's so fascinating, and again, it's just an ever-evolving area to study also. So I'm still always learning, and I love to share what I learn. Yeah, it makes me feel good.
I just did a story on Antonio Esfandiari having a boxing match against Kevin Hart. So it seems like they're really getting in tune with the athletic side of poker and really taking care of themselves. Do you find most of the top players are starting to take more of a healthy lifestyle in hopes of improving their game?
Yeah, absolutely. These boxing matches and these fights keep popping up, don't they?
They're crazy. They're nuts. They're absolutely nuts. I would never do that.
I could never do it either. But, it makes sense. I mean, they've probably had years of tension at the table. It's probably nice to let it out in a ring.
I got to tell you, while speaking of top players, we're going to be able to watch a few when we're tuning into the World Poker Tour in May. I know the WPT Choctaw in Durant, Oklahoma is being held. Was it May 17th to the 20th? And the final tables of the WPT Seminole Hard Rock Poker Showdown and the WPT Choctaw will be held on May 30th and the 31st. Lynn, are these going to be televised on Fox Sports, and where are they going to be held?
Yes, so they are. They'll be part of our regular programming on Fox Sports, and they are going to be held at our brand new home of the World Poker Tour in Las Vegas at the HyperX Esports Arena, which is just an amazing venue. It's just so exciting. So at the end of the month, it's going to, it's an esports arena, and at the end of the month, it retransforms again into the little hub of poker, or a ginormous hub of poker, I should say, where they pull out all the computers and they put in the big poker table, the big final table, and it's just so impressive. I love the space, so I'm excited to get back there.
Yeah, I know the World Poker Tour is doing something really special in June as well with the 2019 Baccarat Crystal WPT Tournament of Champions on June 1st through the 3rd. Can you tell us a little something about what we can expect from that tournament?
Oh, there's going to be a big song and dance for sure. The World Poker Tour always puts on a big show, and I'm often surprised when I get there. Like, they love to have surprises. Every year there's so many generous sponsors that get involved, so the players get gifted a ton of things, and there's always a bit of a show beforehand. So who knows what they've got planned up their sleeves, but it's going to be impressive. That's a really special event, that one.
Oh, you know what? When Baccarat Crystal is involved, the trophy is going to be awesome.
Yes. And there's lots of fancy champagne flutes all over the place.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now, I got to ask you, one of the really incredible things that you and the World Poker Tour are involved with is Tiger's Poker Night, presented by World Poker Tour, and it's hosted by the 2019 Masters champion Tiger Woods, and I never thought I'd say that ever again, and it's great to say. Now, can you tell us a little something about that, and when it's going to be and where it's going to be?
Yeah, sure. So every year we have it in Vegas. It's part of Tiger Jam, which has been a long running charity event that the TGR Foundation is. I think it's been 21 years they've been running that. Wow. And this is the 8th year that a poker night has been associated with it. So it's an entire weekend where people can, the participants, they go and they go play golf with Tiger, and then there's a whole there's a big sort of gala night with a private concert and an auction, and then on the next night is the poker night, which is just so much fun. I mean, there's usually about 10 to 15 tables, and it's just a really fun night. There's a ton of people there who aren't even playing. You don't even need to play. You can just have a drink and stand around and watch, and there's a bunch of pros and celebrities, and you get to see Tiger play poker. It's pretty cool.
Now, are you going to be playing poker at the tables too?
I sure will.
Yeah, I got to ask you. Now, we watch these athletes or the non-poker related celebrities. We see them on the field or the courts. One of the great things we love about the athletes is, they show so much emotion on the field or stuff like that. I mean, how are they at the poker table? I mean, if poker gets dealt pocket aces, does he raise his hands like in the final hole in the Masters? Because if he did, it'd be really good for you if he did. But how are they at the poker table?
Tiger actually has a really good poker face. I got to give him that. He knows how to keep the straight face. He's a great player. I remember there's only one hand that I remember when I was playing next to him a few years ago, and he played it so well. He had pocket deuces, and he ended up rivering quads. But he didn't let out, so it was a big showdown at the end, and everyone was roaring, and it was pretty cool. He knows how to play.
Well, who are some of the other celebrities involved with the event?
Kevin Pollak is coming. He's a regular on the poker circuit. Chris Harrison, Oliver Hudson, and we've got Scotty Wynn, Daniel Negreanu, Phil Hellmuth is emceeing as always. There's a bunch, and then there's always a ton that show up too that I didn't even know about beforehand.
So how can people get involved with Tiger's Poker Night?
If you go to WPTFoundation.org has all information about all the charity events that we run, and you can find out more information there, and you can get the link to register online.
Lynn, we're running out of time, but how can people follow the World Poker Tour and also follow what you're doing in the future?
I spend most of my time on Instagram.
Okay.
So you can follow me at Lynn Gilmartin on Instagram, and World Poker Tour also has an Instagram account, which is at World Poker Tour, nice and easy. So we're always updating, on the go on those accounts, and WPT.com is where all the info is. We've got blogs up there and our schedule for the TV broadcast and also for the actual tour if you want to come and play. So everything is on WPT.com.
Lynn, thanks so much for coming on and letting us know what's going on in the World Poker Tour and telling us all about Tiger's Poker Night presented by the World Poker Tour. And please don't be a stranger to the show because we love having you on.
Oh, it's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for the time.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff that will spice up your bedroom is even better. Just go to adamandeve.com and select almost any one item for 50% off, and then we'll load on the free stuff. Just enter this very exclusive code, BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts, including a sexy item for him, a special toy for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And 6 extra special bonus items that are sure to rev your engine, pique your curiosity, and even blow you away. Plus, free shipping! Always sent in discreet packaging. Go to adamandeve.com now. Get 50% off plus the 10 free gifts when you enter the exclusive offer code BABE16. That's BABE16, because without it, no free stuff. That's BABE16 at adamandeve.com.
We'll get back to Turnpike Sports in a minute, but I want to talk to you about New Jersey's newest and I think best sports book, PointsBet.com. That's right, PointsBet has it all. Spread betting, moneyline betting, prop bets, you name it, you'll find it at PointsBet. And you can bet from anywhere in New Jersey using your mobile device. It's the only place with points betting where every point matters because every point pays. Now, PointsBet has one of the best sign-up offers in the state. Go to PointsBet.com and sign up using our promo code PIKE. That's PIKE, and you'll get a $50 bonus bet plus 2 risk-free bets up to $1,000. It's the preferred sports book of Allen Iverson and Darrelle Revis. They even have the Revis Betting Academy hosted by NFL great Darrelle Revis. So sign up today at PointsBet.com using our promo code PIKE and start having some real fun. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. PointsBet. Stay sharp. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. We're almost out of time, but I want to give a big thank you to Lynn Gilmartin from the World Poker Tour and telling us all about Tiger's Poker Night presented by the World Poker Tour and hosted by Tiger Woods, being held on May 24th at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas.
And also special thank you to World Poker Tour for helping set this up. They did a great job. I always enjoy working with them. Great information, great cause, great event, and also great poker lady.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the World Poker Tour, boy, it's been around for so long, been so successful, and just such an amazing it's such an amazing entity in the world of poker.
And it expanded with the World Poker Tour with their esports section, too, now, especially, they're expanding their programming, they're expanding their reach in terms of different industries as well.
Well, like Lynn was saying, they're having some final tables at an esports arena.
Well,
so
it's
really
their home.
Yeah, it's just
the Luxor Esports Arena is their home.
Yeah,
so the HyperX, I should say, that's
the
Luxor HyperX Esports Arena. They have all their events there as well. A lot of final tables are being held there.
Well, thanks to Lynn Gilmartin and the World Poker Tour.
Always great having them on.
Yep. Well, that'll do it for us. See you next time on the Turnpike.